Hey everyone, welcome to Mama Genius Mini Circle. Today we're talking about principle number 5. For those of you that this may be the first time you're watching, this is how we come in circle together to really be seen, heard, and witnessed. We do this through the principles from Dr. Bolian. One of these principles is sharing from your own experience. In a world full of advice and noise, there's something sacred about simply speaking your truth. So this week we're going to talk about principle number 5, which is speak from your own experience. In this space, there's no need to teach or perform. We're here to speak only what is real for us. That means using words like I feel, I've noticed, or in my life. Your story matters. And when we share it from the heart, it gives others permission to do the same. Everything is optional. You're welcome to simply listen, reflect, or hold space. So right now we're going to show you how we gather in a circle for a brief 10 minutes. But again, when we do a full circle, it's an hour to an hour and a half of us coming together in community and space. I welcome this mini circle because we just came from a full circle. My heart is filled from that, and my demeanor of how I entered. Abigail and Tawana can attest that I came in with this heavy feeling. They held me, and I was able to ask someone else to facilitate today because I need to receive. That is what coming together in community and circle is about, that giving and receiving. As women, we forget that receiving part. So I'm going to ask Abigail to stitch us in and get started with this mini circle.
I am Abigail, stitching in from Henderson, Nevada, and I'm stitching in with the word awareness. Tawana.
I am Tawana, stitching in from Alexandria, Virginia, and I am stitching in with the word compassion.
And I'm Michelle, stitching in. And again, lighting candle is optional, but something to help bring the community of the circle together. But I am stitching in with the word community and connection today. I feel that is the power, and why we go in this immersive view in Zoom is to show us in connection, in circle, in community. And so I'm going to open up the question today of simply, just since we're on the topic of sharing our experience, of just asking each of these ladies to share what their experience was like in that circle that we had just completed for over an hour. And I just would love to hear their own personal experience of that process. And so whoever would like to start, I will open up the circle.
I would just like to say that my experience with the circle was literally life-changing. I came in with a heavy heart and a head full of noise. And these ladies surrounded me in love, guidance, protection, direction, and solutions for the head full of noise that I have. When I tell you that my experience within this community has been nothing short of life altering, has been nothing short of knowing for the first time in my life I am not alone, but also I can trust them because I've been in communities. My experience with communities of women has not been where I could trust them. So today I am grateful for trust because that does not come easy.
Are you complete, Ms. Tawana?
I am complete. Thank you.
My thoughts on today's circle. I love coming to circle. It's something I never thought I would be doing, sitting in a group of women and just sharing and being heard and being loved on. It's an amazing thing. I came in today with the word awareness, awareness of how we speak into each other's lives and how we hold each other up and how we know we're not alone. Melanie is not here with us. She brought a word, trust, which brought up the fact that when I don't trust in the Lord, it came up, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. When I don't trust in him directing my paths and try to do it myself, I end up in trouble. Every time I try to do these things myself, it doesn't work out. When I trust him to lead me, it always works out. And he led me into this group, into this circle. He led me to you, Michelle, when I had no idea that I needed you in my life. He knew I needed you in my life, and he had you just waiting in a place that I would never have stepped into on my own had he not led me. If I were to do it and consider it on my own, I would not have done it. And I would have missed out on all of the things that I'm experiencing now that he's prepared for me beforehand that I didn't know I needed because I was trusting in myself and not in him. And so being aware of who I'm trusting in and not leaning on my own understanding, like, well, I think has kept me bound. When I listened to what he thought, he brought me into your circle, which I didn't know I needed. And so with that, I'm complete. Thank you, ladies.
Before I share, I just want to focus on the words I'm complete and the why I asked Tawana whether she was complete or not. Sometimes the silence is needed. And sometimes we don't want to step over someone else and we want to allow the silence because sometimes that silence is hard. And so Tawana, this was the first time that today actually that she shared with us in this format of circle. So I wanted to verify that completeness because sometimes we need that pause, sometimes we need that silence, and we want to create that space where we're given that ability and that safeness to feel. Let me figure out all the words that need to come out today. And on that note, my share today is this is a journal that said she believed she could, so she did. I've given this journal to quite a few people who've helped me in my journey, who've become speakers for me. This is the first time I had an extra one that I opened for myself today. One of the things that called to me was that I haven't wrote poetry for a while. And so the first thing that went in this journal after we did our meditation was this poem. And the question came up to me in the meditation is, what does support look like to you? Because I came into the circle with the word receive. As women, we struggle to receive. I struggle so hard to receive. The heaviness takes hold on my shoulders. The weight feels like it's going to bury me. And yet, I still show up. I show up because I know it won't last forever. I'm not sure how it will release until I show up. And I see the smiling faces, the faces of support. I thought I had to do this alone. But the truth is, I have to show up no matter what I am feeling. When I do, that's when the pressure releases. And I feel the support of God and my sisters. And this last part came in as I came in with this happy heart, this part, and Tawana shared these phrases with me that became part of this poem. And then I realize, looking through Tawana's eyes, I am loved, I am capable, I'm supported, I'm valued, I'm needed, I'm necessary, I'm resilient, I'm a phenomenal mother, and I'm helped. That is what support feels like when we come in circle. My watch is going off because in Central Time right now, it is 11:11 as I read that poem. We were talking about numbers today, and this isn't an accident. The universe is bringing us together and conspiring when we show up. What we need, what we are held, what we do is when we do it in community. And I came to this circle with a heavy heart of how do I be consistent with my content? How do I do all these things? And the answer was create it in the hub. We're doing this together. We don't need to do it alone anymore when we come inside the hub. And with that, I am complete to receive. And I just love being with these ladies and truly have that mental shift each and every time. And Miss Tawana, I will ask you to stitch us out.
Tawana Yvette from Alexandria, Virginia, stitching us out.
I am Abigail Price, and I'm stitching out from Nevada, and I'm stitching out full.
And I'm Michelle DeKaiser, stitching out from Franklin, Wisconsin. And part of this background is the love and butterflies. Good butterfly is a big symbol of Miss Tawana, of Miss Melanie, of many of the people that are in this group. And it's that growth that we're experiencing and the beauty that comes from it. Look how many butterflies are in community. It's when we do it in community. And so I'm stitching out with the word community today. And we hope to all see you inside, and feel free to comment with the questions and understanding this is a new experience and it's really about coming and joining us. And we do have, come check out our connectingmamas.com where you can find out how to join us for a free circle as well. Hope to see you inside our next circle. Bye everyone.
Bye.